poem's got a little bit of a backstory. I never really wrote anything at anyone before, but I've had some real asshole redneck neighbors for the 6 months that I lived in Georgia. So we never really got along. A lot of it had to do with the fact that they would be firing their shotguns in the woods at cans and bottles at 3 a.m. like 4 nights a week, and no one in the neighborhood could ever sleep. But we always got the feeling they were like watching everybody. But anyway, the name of this poem is Neighborhood Watch. We're watching all of our neighbors, and they're all closely watching us. We're all more than cordial in public, but behind closed doors, we scheme. We covet each other's possessions. We lust after each other's spouses. We lie, cheat, steal, seduce, betray, shun, frame, and condescend. In order to even out a playing field, we must keep up our appearances. If you try to outclass or upstage us, then you'll end up with a cock punch. They say life in the city can be rough. Well, daily life in the suburbs can be murder with a dozen airtight alibis. Our motto is to thy own self be true. By that we mean guarded privacy. We're all watching you, watching us. You will eventually make a mistake. You already made a heinous one by moving into our community. Game on. I was told by several people not to read this piece in public because it's too vulgar, but none of those.
Oh, we won. We love
None of those motherfuckers are here tonight. So. This is called Typical Sunday Routine, and this is in my book, Jackassery. 6:37 a.m., wake up in a cold sweat, gasping for air. In my drunken stupor, I down 2 Viagra tablets instead of the usual dose of none. Rush to the bathroom to puke it out, shuffle back to bed and pass out. 10:04 a.m., fart richly and loudly several times in my sleep, chasing the previous night's fuck buddy out of the house. 1:43 p.m., stumble into the bathroom again, perplexed as to why I'm wearing an adult diaper. Remove the diaper and find cat hair inside. Get very worried. Step into the shower. Briefly consider not masturbating to the theme song from Different Strokes, but the nostalgia gets the better of me and my hands do the rest. Puzzled as to why I scream, Gargamel! The villain from the Smurfs, as I orgasm. To each his own, I deduce. Bedhead hair conditioners, an excellent makeshift lubricant, I determine. 2:26 p.m. Get ambitious and remove the dead hooker from under my bed. Good thing the fuck buddy didn't catch me. Last thing I need from her is a lecture about cleaning up after myself. 3:19 p.m. Heave the body in the dumpster and the rest of the garbage. Note to self, I should sell hookers life insurance. 3:51 p.m. Notice my elderly neighbor needs help carrying groceries. Make several trips and bring her bags upstairs. Drop the neighborly smile and demand $50 for labor costs and reference my bad back. I knock a gallon of milk onto the floor in a threatening manner and she reaches for her checkbook. Score. 4:09 p.m. Suddenly remember I was supposed to get into work today. I begrudgingly call my boss. He's beyond furious. I was supposed to be there before 10. I told him my house burned down. He said I could have ridden my bike in. I said not with today's gas prices. He points out that bicycles don't require gas. I reply that the house wasn't going to burn itself down now, was it? That shut his happy ass up really quick. 4:43 p.m. Get an annoying call from girlfriend and I turn the tables and complain that she's been giving me the cold shoulder lately. Make plans for dinner the following night. 4:49. Call fiance and complain she's smothering me. Cancel plans for dinner the following night. 4:54. Call the fuck buddy to remind her she still owes me for not getting her family deported. Debt is a long way from being repaid. Immigration is always just a phone call away and I'm one fickle son of a bitch. 5:33. My asshole friend Rob shows up and begs me to go with him to grab some food. He's dressed in a rented Riddler costume, but he never says why. 6:12. We pull into the Taco Tanto's parking lot. Rob shoves a gun in my stunned face. He tells me this is payback for knocking up his aunt's housekeeper's daughter and then getting her deported. He puts the gun in his pocket and we approach the counter. 6:25. Run like hell back to the car and peel out. Can't believe that Rob made that poor guy eat that watermelon-sized burrito for his amusement. Can't believe he made me take a shit shit in the ground beef. I really can't believe the cooks didn't find it offensive. Note to self, never eat there again. 8:17. On a snack run at 7-Eleven, Rob lays the gun down to refill a Slurpee cup. I grab it and force him back to the car. 9:46. Leave Rob duct taped to a lamppost in East LA with a sign on his chest that reads, "Dodgers suck." For shits and giggles, I set his car on fire so he has something to look at before half the neighborhood stops by to beat his arrogant ass. This amuses me greatly, and I laugh all the way to the bus stop. 11:06. Have a smoke outside my favorite bar. When a hot girl stumbles out, I shoot her with my handy tranquilizer dart gun and drag her over by a passed-out bum. I chuckle to myself as I make her do funny poses and take pictures. Oh, the humanity. After a few minutes, I wake the girl up and tell her she was giving the bum one hell of a blowjob. She gets to her feet and weeps in shock. I leave the bum $20 and walk the girl back to her car. I tell her that inside the bar, she had promised to give me her phone number. Confused, she writes it down for me and drives away to the sultry, Slurpee-stained night. 11:41. Call Rob's sister and tell her his car broke down and he somehow lost his cell phone and then called me from a payphone, knowing full well that I don't own a car. She sighs heavily and says, "Oh, that jackass," and resigns to go pick his drunk ass up. She's such a sweetheart. 11:48. Post the pictures of the girl and the bum on MySpace. I embed them in the witty blog entitled, "Bums Gone Wild." 11:55. Catch up with my roommate. He tells me a semi-interesting tale about he and his friends encountering a mountain lion up at Big Bear. Yawn. When he finally gets around to asking me what I've been up to, I reply, you know, typical boring Sunday crap, man. Nothing to write home to Mom about. He tells me I need to get out more. With that, we say our goodnights and head for our respective rooms. I crash like an ancient oak tree that tried to shake hands with a chainsaw into bed. My face was boasting the biggest shit-eating grin of all.